What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new Civilization 5 AI only battle. This has been heavily requested, and again it's another pretty cool unique idea. So this is a reverse colonization game. So basically I've put civs in North America, South America, and also Australia, Oceania, and basically we're going to see if they can colonize the old world. So Africa's empty, Europe is empty, and all of Asia is also empty. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm using not the usual map with the enlarged Europe and everything, because I wanted a bigger North America and South America. So I went for the second biggest map in the Yet Not Another Earth map pack. So that's what we've done. So let's quickly go over the civs, and this map actually looks pretty cool. I might use it more. The only thing is Europe still is tiny. But yeah, North America, we got Canada in, guys. I know you want Canada to win. I'm going with Canada to win. Everyone's got to be going with Canada to win. Actually, I'm not, but you guys all will. I finally got them to work. It took some persevering. I don't know what was wrong with them, but I got it in the end. Iroquois here. We've got America. We've got the Buccaneers. They did spawn on Cuba, but I moved them to Florida just to make things interesting. They're still pretty close. It just makes the game a little bit more interesting. We've got Texas, the Sioux in the sort of central regions, and the Shoshone as well. Then towards the west coast, we've got California. Oh, that was weird. California in the Chinook, and then up here we've got the Tlingit in Alaska. Now, the North American civs will all have access over land once they get the the ability to go through coastal waters with units. They'll be able to go to Alaska and Asia, and they'll also be able to go through Greenland into Europe. Into Central America, we've got the Aztecs and the Mayans. As usual, we've got the Mapuche. They are meant to be representing Colombia. They spawned south of Chile, but I couldn't get the Colombia mod to work. So in interest of making the game more interesting, although I may have screwed the Mayans over, I moved them up here. So they're just in northern South America, and I had to take the chance to get a Panama Canal. I couldn't miss it, so I just had to put them there. Brazil are here. We've got the Corral, who displaced the Incans to the other side of the mountain, but that makes things all the more interesting, so that's fine. We've got Chile and Argentina. That's it in South America. Then over to Oceania. There's no Polynesia, because they'd have been a bit OP in this game, although saying that, they usually suck, even with their ability. We've got Samoa, who I moved from this jungle tile here, I think, onto Guinea. Again, just to make things a bit more interesting. I know people like the realism and everything, but sometimes it is better to just have it more interesting. We've got Australia, the Kulin, and Kimberley. Oh, and we've also got New Zealand down here as well. These guys can all, once they get shallow water unit movement, they can all go after Indonesia and into Asia quite quickly. The only civ that won't civs, the South Americans don't have any easy routes. They'll have to wait till deep sea sailing. However, saying that, there's a lot more space for them than there is anybody else. Like Brazil could be huge by that time if they take out the Inca and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's get going. Once again, you can pick who you want to win. Be sure to do it on this video and try to do it after watching this video. That's when I will pick. Actually, I say at the end, I'm going to probably go with the Buccaneers anyway. But this is probably going to be a quick campaign because there's not too many civs. So at least early on, when the turns are quicker at processing, we're going to fly through. So let's just see how things play out. Come on, Buccaneers. You're the coolest civ in the game, really. You're basically pirates. Who doesn't want pirates in Florida? Which is basically what Florida is. They're just crazy people anyway. So it's fine. So, yeah, this could be pretty crazy, I think. I may have messed it up. Lots of mods don't work, and there's lots of other stuff. I don't know. I'm not an expert on tribes. I didn't want to pack in 5 tribes that will spawn here, which tends to be where a lot of them spawn in. So this is what we've gone for. This is what we've ended up with. Let's see. Hopefully what normally happens doesn't happen, and we don't just have one massive civ rise out of America. Maybe this time there will be a bit of a contest. So we'll see. See how it plays out. We've got the info addict on as always, so we can have a look at what's going on. Who is this? You're not really towing the light. Oh, that's me. Never mind. I'm spectating as the song high. I haven't left my units alive, have I? I should probably check. If you spot any giant death robots on the map, I may have left them there. I had to use them to kill some civs and then move them. New Zealand are here. On a weird looking New Zealand, but hey ho. The Wellington Canal is here as well. So, yeah, New Zealand's looking weird, but very soon they'll be able to go up here, start going into Micronesia up here and grabbing land too. I'm trying to see, no one's got a second city just yet. South America's going to be very interesting. Brazil have got a lot of space. Luckily the Inca are here to eat it up. Hopefully the Mapuche will head south as well, start eating it up. We're going to have the Corral probably in the northwestern part of the continent, with Chile hopefully. I say hopefully, I don't care what they do. It would be cool if they went down here, and then Argentina here in the south. The mountains make things very weird in this map compared to the other Europe map. Other world map. Shoshone have already got a settler go. Oh, the Sioux are about to grab a second city, as are the Iroquois, as are Canada. Lots of second cities. Canada could be pretty strong in going over to Europe. They're going to be up here first. I'm probably going to get cut off quite early as well, which is going to push them towards that. The Sioux with their second city already. Nothing as of yet from the Tlingit. That's how you say it. And already 39 happiness. That is pretty good. Mapuche and Samoa. These three have all got boosted happiness because I had to move them. I had to explore the whole map and then unexplore it afterwards. But I think they know where all the resources are. All the wonders are. So I think, well, obviously they can't see them anymore, but in their head they've got the happiness bonus from seeing it. But happiness doesn't play a big part in it, so it's fine. America have settled New York, and that is going to annoy the Buccaneers. What are you doing, America? That is not acceptable. The Iroquois with the second city. Just going to get a drink, because my voice, as you can probably tell, not a good start to the morning, hey? Not a good start, but there we go. The Tlingit heading out into Alaska, which could be good for them. Chinook and California both have settlers. The Aztecs already building an army. The Mayans and Mapuche with settlers, neither of them. The Inca heading south, which will make things interesting. Also, I don't know why Rio isn't on the coast. Maybe it's just something with this map, but yeah, that surprised me a little bit. Only the North American Civs and the Inca so far with 2 cities. The Sioux grabbing a 3rd city. We know the Sioux expand a lot early on. There's going to be a lot of wars in this region. One of these 4, including, well, not so much Texas, but if the Aztecs or anyone want to do well, they need to try and... The Aztecs have probably got to be the one to do it, I'd say. They've got to push south or try and get rid of Texas. America already, 3rd settler. Canada with a 3rd settler. Montreal going down. Wow. Quick start. Okay, there's now some settling in Australia. We've got Kimberley. Obviously in Australia, the desert's pretty open. We've got the Kulin, and it's going to be the coastal regions that are interesting. Australia pushing north. Samoa not spotting anywhere on Guinea they want to settle just yet. And again, New Zealand have got 2 settlers ready for whenever they do find some land that they like. Chile heading south. That could be good for them. There's a bit of land down here. Pantheons being founded. We'll start to check once religions pop up. Maybe the Buccaneers don't want to settle, but the US with Boston. And already North America is nearly full. That is not taken too long. Okay, there's a big chunk of tundra, but that's not worth anything. So let's see, this is going to be quite an interesting campaign. Oh, there we go, San Francisco in this strip here. So that is going to be interesting. California. The Chinook can get out of the mountains, so I expect them to push northwards mainly, and then hopefully colonize. But there we go, the Tlingit with a 3rd settler up already, so they're off to a good start too. There's a Shoshone settler I see, and obviously the Shoshone already grabbing as much land as possible with their ability to grab plenty of land. Sioux with a 4th settler. Wow, they are pushing. Even Texas have had a slow start by Texan standards. Buccaneers finally with a settler, and there's not much land. Once the Buccaneers settle in here, most of the US, except here between the Sioux and California, will be gone. Saying that, the Sioux are probably about to settle there. There's been some settling in South America. Let's see, the Corral heading south already with their fishers. Pretty cool units there. And they've also got another settler heading north and a 4th settler already. Wow. Brazil with Sao Paulo deep in the Amazon. The Inca and Argentina have settled the city of La Plata. just south of Rios. Let's see how this plays out. Argentina, coastal. So I think Brazil are not yet coastal. So Argentina, maybe the first to reach Africa, thinking in advance. Corral, yep, with a third city there already. Mapuche, Mayans, and Aztecs. Yeah, something's going to happen here. These guys, and there we go, Tortuga. Pirates of the Caribbean knowledge coming through. Port Royal. These are basically, this is basically Jack Sparrow. I know they've got someone else. It's like Jack something, isn't it? Oh yeah, so Henry Morgan. There we go. But yeah, that's pretty cool in sort of like New Orleans. And Texas may not even get to settle. Poor old Texas. I mean, they would look like real Texas if they didn't. There's Los Angeles. Not really close, but I guess it's okay for California. They're settling. The Sioux with 4 cities in Central America and a 5th settlers here. The Iroquois are going to grab a 4th city. This has been a real race. The aggressive and expansive is on. We are on the highest, not the second highest difficulty level. There we go. Shoshone already looking big. And there, oh, there's a war broke out and I didn't see it. But let's start doing turns manually for a second. Once the wars break out. First war. The Sioux are in a conflict with the Shoshone, who are pretty big up here. The Tlingit have not yet settled a 3rd city. And the Chinook are still very small. Starting to worry for some of these civs that aren't getting anywhere settled. Yeah, Canada did just grab the Great Library, which is going to be good for them. Going to be really good for them. I thought Kimberley may have just settled because their turn took ages. Oh, Canada and the Shoshone teaming up on the Iroquois. It's probably a bit early for any successful wars. And the Sioux, really, America never have any good games. And you've got to go do this to them. And there is a lot of wars breaking out. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Iroquois versus the Tlingit is also going on. And so are the Sioux. So yeah, there's a lot of wars going on. A lot of natives fighting each other. I know a lot of people may not be happy that I included people like America as well as natives. But if not, there just wasn't going to be enough civs. Or, although I could have used mods. And there we go. Mapuche, all of a sudden, settling up here in Venezuela. Even though they were supposed to kind of replace Colombia. Venezuela's fine. The Mayans are screwed. I feel bad now. But the Aztecs will kill them soon anyway. And the Aztecs did get a 2nd city. So that could be crucial for them early on. Corral have got another settler. They're not looking to use it just yet. Chile, this is not a good idea. Argentina with the 3rd settler. And there we have a religion, the Tlingit, forming Protestantism as they also get their 3rd city. They're pretty safe up in the mountains of Alaska. So that's good for them. Canada already trying. They're not going to be able to take the Iroquois capital this early, but they're trying. I don't think... Oh, maybe Shoshone could kill the Sioux's capital, which would be pretty bad for the Sioux. But you got to feel for the Sioux. Them, more than anyone. Well, the Shoshone, Sioux, and the Iroquois in particular are going to have a hard time colonizing because they're not coastal. Oh, I forgot to even mention it. There was an outbreak. I didn't spot it. But we've got health and plagues on. I thought, why not? Yeah, health and plagues is also on just to spice things up. Oh, it was in Australia. Okay. So that'll be interesting. Kimberley with another settler. Still only 2 cities each in Australia. These guys are sharing land in a healthy relationship. Sadly, though, it looks like the Kulin may be ready to take somebody out very early on. Oh, look at New Zealand. 3 cities and another settler. Wow, and they're already out there with their triremes having a look. Kimberley have got a scout embarked, so they can send settlers now up into Indonesia already. I mean, they could go to India. Saying that, they could go anywhere if they wanted to. If they have the time to wait that long. Australia grabbing Brisbane, their 3rd city. So that is probably going to spark a war with the Kulin very soon. Samoa, I wonder how close are you to being able to start going in the sea. That would be really good for you. Oh, and there we go. Kimberley with their 3rd city. It looks like Kimberley are going to take most of Western Australia, with the east divided between Kulin and Australia. Yep, New Zealand can embark units. So, can anyone else do that? I'm not seeing any of the American civs able to do that. Maybe they're focusing on other parts of the tech tree. To be fair to them, yeah, no one embarking units up here except the Chinook with 2 settlers already in the sea. I mean, if they... Oh, they would have to get open borders with the Tlingit, but they could always make it through into Alaska, through Alaska into sort of Kamchatka region of Russia. I think that's what it's called. Hope it is. Argentina settling up here, as they always tend to do, to annoy Brazil. Not sure if they'll be able to hold on to it in this campaign. Chile with a settler randomly stuck in this region now. Probably don't know what to do. So let's see. All these wars between the North Americans are going on. It seems... I don't know if a city will fall. Maybe Canada will take the Iroquois capital. But it seems so far like no one's going to die just yet. Look at California's army. Quite a few people building up quite big armies. Yep, the Chinook getting both their settlers just up north. Not sure how well this is going to go for you, Chinook. But, we'll see. But yeah, lots of violence. Ooh, oh my goodness, the Iroquois may be killed in episode 1. That is not usual. Normally the Iroquois are quite strong. Maybe Canada. Is that why you wanted me to put in Canada? Just so the Iroquois would not do as well? Is that just a blatant racial assault on the Iroquois? Oh, and there we go. Canada off to a flying start, taking the Iroquois capital. There's an outbreak of the Red Plague in Auckland for the second time. New Zealand being struck with the plague. And look at New Zealand. Wow, 4 cities on this tiny strip of land. That's impressive, but they do have a plague, so not so good. But anyway, always look on the positives, George, hey? And there we go. Kimberley are into Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Thailand. So they know. They're the first, as far as I'm aware, they're the first to know of the official mainland Eurasian continent. Nothing like that from the other American civs just yet, but obviously they have a lot more space and a lot bigger problems, and the Sioux have just cut off the city of Boston here. America could be in trouble. Texas, yep, are going to be stuck with one city. Texas could really do with getting a unit into the Caribbean, because they're in trouble. If not, they are in trouble. They could have done with settling. Chile settling randomly in a good spot between these 2 rivers nonetheless, but I think we'll see wars break out in South America a little bit in a little while. It'll be take a bit longer. North America is already full compared to South America. There's still plenty of land in the south, and the Chinook did settle in the end just north of Sacramento and also up here in the north. And they've also got another settler out in the tundra. That's probably going to stay empty for a while. Yep, Canada piecing out with the Iroquois. And for the Iroquois, that's probably game over in episode 1 for their chances of winning. For Canada, they're not yet coastal, so we'll see how it goes. But obviously they can still send units into the sea, so it doesn't really matter. But could be interesting to see how their game goes. And the Iroquois also piecing out with the Tlingit. So we'll see how it goes. The Sioux are looking quite strong. If they can hold on to everything and obviously not get picked off from all sides, then maybe we'll see a strong Sioux until the end. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. But yep, now the North Americans and the South Americans actually more than the North Americans starting to just sends me on a journey. Starting to appear in the sea, putting units in the water, so we'll see how it goes. But like I said, the South Americans will take the longest to colonize. Although saying that, I think it may be made up for by the fact that they will probably get deep ocean, but in the same sort of time frame as the other civs start to colonize. Still no more cities in Australia. It's quite open. The Samoans with a lot of units, and they got cargo ships, so soon I expect to see Samoa heading out into the sea. America with the Great Lighthouse. Texas did, of course, just grab the, what's it called? The Temple of Artemis. Canada and the Shoshone versus the Sioux. Okay, yeah, the Sioux, like I said, they got to hold on with a lot of people around them. Oh, the Sioux took this from the Aztecs in a peace deal. How did that happen? How did you do that, Sioux? And Aztecs, what are you doing? Why did you give that away? Anyway, 4th city from the Mapuche. The Inca and Brazil have slowed down. Actually, Brazil just settled on the coast, but the Incans have slowed down, which is not good for them. California and Shoshone be the Chinook. That could be big. California with a big army. The Sioux and the Iroquois peace out. Wow, this has been a crazy world. It's already hard to keep up with what's going on. The Chinook grabbing the first island, I guess, of the game, except for Samoa and New Zealand, obviously separate for them. And I guess Australia is technical. I guess the whole world is an island, if you think about it, so I'm going to shut up now. But, Iroquois and the Sioux, everyone's just declaring war on everyone. This is crazy. That's not good. The only person that's not super good for Shoshone, it's not great, but it's not awful. But for the Sioux, That is bad, because they are surrounded by people, and eventually they'll just be crushed from the inside out. Buccaneers, how you doing? You've got Florida, you've got, like, it's Louisiana, that sort of region under your control, but you could be doing a bit better, you know. Your army's a bit on the weak side. I'm kind of worried America's going to take you out, and then America will get taken out, because that always happens. But, who knows? Look at California. They're doing pretty well on the west coast, California. Looking pretty strong so far. Did Corral just... No, oh no, that's the Mapuche's fourth city, my bad. The Mayans and the Aztecs are in trouble. Both have got big armies. They probably need to fight each other, even though that never works out for either of them. Pocatello... This is Pocatello, right? Shoshone, yep, with terracotta army, that is good. With all these wars breaking out, you probably needed that one. Okay, so New Zealand are about to uncovering Indonesia with their trireme. Kimberley have got a trireme up off the coast of Japan. I'm going to have no hope in finding... Oh, the Kimberley Scout is already in modern-day Iran in 675 BC. Well, the Oceania Civs are getting ahead of the game, which they need to, because obviously there's more land in North America. Canada just settled, yep, Toronto, a fifth city. I believe, yep, fifth city for Canada. That's pretty good. Brazil versus Argentina. That is our first big war in South America. It looks like Brazil will take the city of Cordoba here for themselves. Sorry about my nose. I will go sort that out before I record the next episode. That's really annoying. I've got a lot of videos to do today, so I hope I can get that sorted out. Give it a good old blow. I tried, I promise, earlier. I know someone moaned at me once before in the comments. They probably won't even watch the video, but anyway. Religion founded. Brazil has founded Catholicism. That's pretty accurate, I guess. Well, not really, but compared to who else is in the game, it's kind of accurate. We're nearly at turn 100 in episode 1, so that is, like I said, there's not as many civs in the world. I tried to do a Europe game. I don't know how many people knew of that with 35 mods, but they just kept breaking. So I've sort of had to push forward this series, but it's already off to an interesting start. I'm going to give it that. And someone... Oh, that's Canada attacking the Sioux. America, this is your chance. Attack the Sioux while they are weak. Take this city, connect Boston, and then you'd be in a good spot all of a sudden. But you're happy to just stay here on the East Coast. That's fine. I'd like to see the Buccaneers build up a bit of an army and take out Texas. That would be quite nice. Obviously, I don't want Texas to die. That's harsh. But, you know, it would be good to see a strong Buccaneers. And also, someone's got to rise up to the Sioux, who are looking pretty strong. But it's good to see the Sioux strong early on, because they're not going to be able to colonize at all, practically, in the centre here. So maybe that will make things interesting. Although colonization isn't, going to be honest, it's not always the biggest thing. You know, I'm hoping we see sort of Civs just focus on sort of one area for themselves. That would look kind of cool, because it's not going to be super important if not destroying whole purpose of series. But yeah, if you get what I mean, the colonies aren't going to make a massive difference until very late in the game, because the cities are always kind of sucky, and you know, unless you make a huge amount of land, which at the moment it seems like Kimberley could do, because they're obviously out here. They were in Iran. They have made significant progress. They've made it through the Caucasus Mountains, and I mean, it's been 200 years technically, so I'll let them off. This scouting tribe. Do these scouts even remember how... These scouts wouldn't even remember how to get home to Australia, I reckon. Oh my goodness. What just happened? Statue of Zeus for the Mayans, but more importantly, this city of the Chinooks has fallen to the Shoshone. Australia could be dead here. The Kulin are very strong. Yep. Kulin looking to go after Australia. They're not looking to expand like everyone else. Oh, look at New Zealand. The first settlers. Well, we've seen Samoa start to settle. Micronesia here. Another city finally in New Guinea. But there we go. New Zealand have a settler heading towards Indonesia. This is the beginning of the colonization race. It's only episode 1. New Zealand pumping out settlers. Could you imagine? If New Zealand win. Wow. That would be something incredible. for New Zealand if they did. Iroquois piecing out with the Chinook. Did any cities change hands? No, it doesn't seem to. Doesn't appear to have anyway. The Caribbean's beginning to be explored. Has anyone made it into Europe yet? No, not yet. Not just yet. The Chinook settling north of Canada for some reason. Not sure exactly why. But I would love to keep an eye on Brazil and Argentina pieced out. And Brazil, how did you fail to take this city? You had such a big army. I'll let you off because you're going to have a consolidated empire, I guess, and be okay. Look at the corral. They're pushing through. There's a wonder here, corral. Are you going to take advantage of that? Also, where is the... Where's the El Dorado? Where is it? Has someone grabbed it already? Am I being blind? I don't see it. It's normally in South America, so, you know, I'd expect it to still be there. Let's see. Anyway, Chile looking pretty good, I think. South America is going to play out more like a regular game than the rest of the world, where I think we're going to see less colonizing, more internal wars. I'm already liking the Mapuche up here, even though it is at the cost of the Mayans. Yep, there's lots of exploring all of a sudden coming from the Buccaneers. They may be out here soon with a settler or two. America still staying very peaceful. That's not like you, America. Go kill these natives. That is what you... I know it's in your blood to go and kill natives. Australia and New Zealand piecing out already. That's pretty quick. This mountain has definitely saved Sydney from the Kulin. I've got the Iroquois versus the Sioux. Again, there is a lot going on, but we got to keep our focus. Shoshone took this city from the Iroquois at some point. They're looking pretty big themselves. Iroquois, I don't know why you declared that war. Pretty big war in South America. Mapuche, if they could take out the Incans, they would be looking very strong in the north. There we go, America. It's time. Manifest that destiny, baby. Go in there and crush some natives. But anyway, I'm going to quickly focus on the Iroquois actually just turned up with a lot of units. Never mind. New Zealand, you had the whole of the world at your feet, and you decided to settle on New Guinea with Samoa. You're going to lose that city so quickly. It is crazy. But you do have another settler already heading through, so New Zealand, you are giving me one hell of an erection right now. This is good news. Canada piecing out with the Sioux. I bet as soon as the Sioux, America declares war on the Sioux, everyone else will leave the Sioux alone, and the Sioux will end up being fine. Hopefully this city falls. Like, no offense, Sioux, but what you did to the Aztecs was morally wrong. Argentina grabbing the Hanging Gardens. That is probably good for food. Corral sending a settler randomly through Argentinian land and in towards Brazil. I have no idea why. Chile with quite a big army down there. The Incans staying very quiet, but they are holding off the Mapuche for now. Mayans, get in the sea. Come on. You know you want to research those. Just prioritize those texts. Come on. Where on earth have the Kimberley got to? Whereabouts? It's like where's Wally or where's Waldo in the US? Kimberley already in the Black Sea. Wow, that is pretty impressive. I don't know. New Zealand have got a trireme off South Africa. Kimberley got one off the coast of Western Africa. Samoa are out off the Arabian Peninsula as well. I don't see any more land units though. Oh no, there's a Chinook scout out here, so maybe the Chinook will escape. And Kimberley are also still off the coast of Japan. Kimberley, that would be interesting if they made it away. Kimberley? No, the Chinook, sorry, because they are not having a good time with California and everyone else out here. The Tlingit are yet to... They've got triremes. Soon, of course, the Tlingit should be able to get over here, which will make their game interesting all of a sudden. America... Oh, but they may lose Boston. It wasn't worth it. Washington, actually, he may have time if he takes it next turn. If the Sioux don't beat him to Argentina with the pyramids, Eva, who's the leader of Argentina, going in for those wonders, nice and early on. Let's see. No settlers in the Caribbean just yet. No one's crossed into Europe, which can be done through Greenland with land units. You can't actually do it with boats, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, because of the ice. So there we go. America takes Sisseton back and makes them look very cool. Pocatello with the Great Wall. That could be big. That could be big. And it looks like America may get lucky here. If they can kill that pikeman, they may just have time to get their units over and defend Boston. Which means maybe a strong America down here. America and Canada representing the modern nations on the East Coast. Anything else going on out here? New Zealand settler is heading up through Indonesia. This is exciting times, New Zealand. New Zealand viewers, there's a few of you. Fans of the New Zealand Civ. I think New Zealand are going to have a strong game here. It's going to be difficult to put New Zealand down. But that has been half an hour. That is going to be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, let me know who you think is going to win in the comment section. Leave a like and any comment about anything really you want. Bash on me for my block nose if you want. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.